welcome to a special announcement from the All the Book Show.
Oh, I like how you welcome them just to the announcement. I think that's
just to the announcement.
That's very classy.
And then we'll welcome them to the episode.
I didn't mean to interrupt, so go ahead.
No, welcome to a very special episode of the... Wait, now I'm confused. Welcome to an announcement of the All the Book Show. Heads up, when we recorded the episode that you're about to listen to, things were... Nick, would you say normal? Normal as they could be in February of 2020?
Yes. Things were first quarter 2020 normal.
Yes.
You could go to McDonald's. You could go inside McDonald's and sit down. Yeah. You could go to the grocery store, not dressed like Marty McFly in the
Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future.
His hazard
where
suit.
He's in the hazard suit. Yeah.
One could say you could go at all.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere.
You could go right out there. So anyway, that's why there's a soft touch and a lightness about everything that you're about to hear. So
and in the middle of the episode when Nick and I stand up and say, "Let's go get ice cream, Nick."
Yeah. And
by walking there.
You can tell that we're closer than 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah, so, I don't know why we decided to go walking to get ice cream in February in Western New York.
I don't either, but we made that choice because we could.
Yeah.
And now I miss those days. But anyway, let's do it. All right. Thanks. Now do one where it's like I've fallen down the stairs and you have to explain to people that I'm in the hospital.
Okay.
No, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to. If you wanted to.
Yeah, I just don't know where we put it in the episode.
Right. Okay, you're right.
Welcome to the All the Book Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library. We talk book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Michaels.
I'm Nick Gunning.
I couldn't remember if there was something after that.
No.
That's it.
No.
Yeah,
Sometimes you add author interviews, but today is just an author spotlight, so you don't have to.
We still have to play that creepy music, though.
It's not creepy.
What is it, then?
It's atmospheric.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's what the devil plays when he's taking a shower.
Taking a shower?
Yeah.
I think he's a podcast guy. Today, it's finally happening, Eric. After how many years we've been doing this podcast? 4? 4 years. After 4 years and all the Animorphs talk, we're finally doing a full-on spotlight on the writings of Katherine Applegate, including the Animorphs.
Have we really talked about the Animorphs that much?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Who?
You.
You bring it up?
I never do.
Really?
I only read one very recently, and because of this podcast. So.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think I talked about Animorphs that much.
You do.
Yeah, in case anyone doesn't know, I like the Animorphs.
You do. You like it a lot.
Yeah. Well, shut up. You like Robin.
Yeah.
Boy Wonder.
I do. And actually, I have some book news about Robin the Boy Wonder. If our Robin spotlight was not enough for you, I now have a little bit more
Robin news.
Yeah. But we're not going to
Robin news on the wing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Would
you say the news has swept down like a robin?
That's a quote from the film Batman Forever.
Yeah. She said I swooped in like a robin.
Starring 45-year-old Chris O'Donnell as Robin the Boy Wonder.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see the Bachelor movie? Is it just called The Bachelor?
Yeah, with Renee Zellweger.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen that, actually.
I did, too, as a kid. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
I watched it as a kid because he played Robin.
Yeah.
So I was like, this will be fun.
I think that I did, too. I think that's exactly
funny?
why. No, I don't think so.
He gets $1 million if he marries somebody.
If he gets married, like, very soon.
Right.
Like, he's got 24 hours.
And all the people are in all the women are in wedding dresses chasing down the streets.
I did not expect to be talking about the Chris O'Donnell film, The Bachelor.
You want to talk about Bedazzled? With Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley?
I don't. No.
I've seen it. It's pretty funny.
No.
You didn't think it was funny?
I didn't really think it was funny, no.
Brendan Fraser's pretty funny, isn't it?
Well, Brendan Fraser's pretty
Have you ever seen the Blast from the Past?
No.
I kind of like
that
one.
With Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
Who played Batgirl
in
Batman and Robin.
Oh, my gosh.
Alongside Chris O'Donnell. So it all comes together.
Would you have liked, maybe we've already said this, would you have liked in early 2000s, like we're talking 2001, Brendan Fraser Superman?
No.
That's crazy. Everyone would have.
Really?
Yeah.
Superman.
He was up for the role.
I would have liked a 2001 Brendan Fraser as, like, Green Lantern.
Huh.
I would watch that.
I don't know. He kind of had, like, this hunky, like... He was a goofball, but I think he could have played the Superman role pretty well.
I would watch a Brendan Fraser Booster Gold movie right now.
Yeah, that's
right
true.
Now.
Right. I just think... kind of like how Chris Evans surprised us by being able to be 100% earnest as Captain America.
Yeah.
I think Brendan Fraser could have done the same thing as Superman.
Superman.
He could have played the goofy, klutzy Clark Kent, and then he could have really his hair already does the Superman spit
You're
curl.
right, it does. I mean, I would take a Brendan Fraser Superman movie long before I would take a Nicolas Cage Superman movie. So,
yeah.
you know.
Though at this point, the way I've become with history and stuff, I wouldn't mind seeing that Nicolas Cage Superman movie. Just want to see how trippy it is.
Yeah, I'm sure it would really be trippy. Do you think that we should break the news to the podcast right now?
What?
Just, changes in the way.
Brendan Fraser is basically just doing like voice work these days.
No.
That's
it?
it? Yeah. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you.
What about me?
I'm talking about you and your life change.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to talk about it?
I guess we can.
All right, I'm gonna tell them.
I'll start.
Listen, let me tell everyone first.
I'm adopting a fourth dog.
Your favorite podcast here, the All the Book Show. You're probably not even gonna notice a change, honestly. Just here and there. Do you think?
Well, it depends on where you're going with this.
All right.
What change are they?
Well, the change is that this is the last episode that we record with Eric as a full-time David A. Howe Public Library staff member.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're just going to be recording from across a couple of states.
About 600 miles
600 miles apart.
Yeah.
Think of the delay.
Yeah.
Is it an old type thing?
Yeah, we have to write
Eric,
it out.
And there's like a 30-second
I'll
delay.
write the welcome to David A. Howe Public Library's All the Book Show.
Yeah.
Then you'll get it. Then you'll have to write back. And I'm Nick Gunning.
Yeah. Exactly. The podcast will be done by telegraph.
Yes.
So that's really going to work out. No, but this is the last time for the foreseeable future that you and I will be sitting across from each other at a table with mics and headphones on.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just be sitting across multiple states. So
yeah.
Just like as we would do with an author of an interview or something like that.
Yeah.
So sad, sure.
Yes.
But now, if you're a podcast listener, you know that Eric is here for you.
Yes.
Out of the goodness of his heart as a David A. Howe Public Library volunteer.
Basically, yeah.
Rather than, paid. So now this is a real test of his commitment to you, the podcast. And here it is, proof.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Anything
I'll try
else,
to make sure that it's no different. But what if like on the next episode where we're Skyping me in, I'm just completely different.
That'd be weird.
I'm just like, oh, hello, Nick. Are we talking books again?
That's
I've been reading the history, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire.
Do you think it's going to be like that?
It's quite droll.
I guess I'm more worried that you're going to find some really weird hobby and want to talk about it all the time.
Right.
You're going to get into those little tiny skateboards that you can do tricks on, tech decks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm afraid.
I'm into bottle cap art.
Yeah, something like that. Are you're gonna finally get into Pogs again and try to make Pogs a thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm worried about.
Maybe I start spray tanning.
And I won't be there, so I won't be able to relate to you in that way. And I'll be like, Pogs, huh?
Yeah.
And I loved Pogs, but that was 20 years ago.
Right.
30.
I get into getting a toe ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then every episode I just try to bring it up.
Yeah.
This reminds me of when I went and got my toe ring.
When you got your toe ring.
Which is crazy.
You could just slide a toe ring on.
Yeah.
Okay. You said you went and got it. It was
I went to the store.
Okay.
I said, I would like this. Do you think, which toe would you
Eric
suggest?
went to Icing by Claire's and got a
sweet toe ring.
A toe ring.
Yeah.
All right, let's open the old bookmark, I think.
Depending on how much you shower, you might have a natural toe ring.
Gross. Okay. Well, here we are in the bookmarks. Do you like that music?
The bookmark music?
Yeah, because you're
funny.
very critical of the author spotlight, but you like the bookmark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what about you? What have you been reading? Anything good?
What have I been reading? Let me get this out. I finished Dread Nation.
Oh, nice. Okay.
By Justina Ireland.
Yes. Yeah.
Again, I guess I thought this was a different book.
Yeah.
But it's a alternate history Civil War book about girls that would have been in slavery at the time because of how everything turns out, and the Civil War is basically ended because of the zombie outbreak. Right. They're now being trained to fight zombies. But then there's another twist that comes later, and they're sent out to the Midwest.
Nice.
And fighting zombies again.
Wow.
But how many more twists are there in this book? One more.
You gonna read the sequel?
The sequel just came out. Divide?
Deathless Divide.
Yeah, Deathless Divide.
That was one of our more fun author interviews. I feel like the one we did with Justin Ireland.
They're all fun.
You always say that, I know, but I feel like that one, and not just because we talked about Ewoks a lot, but just in general.
Anytime you can talk
it was
Ewoks.
A good time. Oh, let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
We already did our Gary Paulson spotlight, but now you've actually done the book club. How did it go? Did the kids like Woodrunner?
8th grade was kind of lukewarm on Woods Runner by Gary Paulsen.
Right.
7th grade really liked it a lot. They had just done their Revolutionary War section in school, so this was afterwards. One of the kids was even like, I learned more about the Revolutionary War in this book.
Wow.
And I was like, snap, Gary Paulsen, and if you're listening.
I feel like if I was that kid's teacher, I don't know how pleased I'd be with that, but
they liked
I'm
all
glad,
this fact.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that he had a good
7th
time.
grade liked Woods Runner,
Yeah.
and apparently all these kids, not only have they read Hatchet, both 7th and 8th grade, they've read all the sequels that
Really?
you read. Yeah.
Oh.
When I was a kid and I saw there was a sequel, I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But they just dug into it.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I told them about Adrift by Paul Giffen.
Yeah.
And I Am Still Alive
Yeah.
by Kate Alice Marshall.
Okay.
I've read a lot of X-Men since I finished I Am Still Alive.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Oh, and then I also read Katherine Applegate's Crenshaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll save it.
I will save it.
We're going to spotlight that.
I finally finished the anime series Gungrave.
Oh.
That's one I've been watching between years. It's just because sometimes you're streaming it and then it's gone off the streaming service.
Yeah.
And back when I was buying all my anime before even watching it, like I'd buy it to watch it. It was so expensive at the time.
Right. Yeah,
Because
I remember.
They didn't put them out in thin packs. They would put them out on the volumes where it was like 8 DVDs and each DVD had 2 episodes.
Right.
So it was like $120 for
Yep.
Gungrave. So I finally watched Gungrave. I liked it. I can admit, at the end, I got a little teary-eyed.
Huh.
I got teary-eyed at the end, and then I got teary-eyed during the credit sequence.
Okay.
First time I ever even saw anything about Gungrave was the 2005 Anime Boston winner for Best Editing anime music video.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
Didn't know
big into
anything about
anime music videos, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Anime watching and getting into anime music videos is basically the reason I went to college.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
Because the first thing I ever watched was a Cowboy Bebop music video somebody did to the Corrs for Given Not Forgotten.
Oh.
And watching that, I was like, how do you do this?
My wife loves the Corrs.
Can I do this?
Loves them.
And then I started doing it.
Huh.
And so I started just editing videos, making my own anime music videos.
Okay.
Started making my own video videos.
Pretty
Then I went to
good.
college for media and visual arts. Got my bachelor's degree. Here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah.
All these years later.
Thank you, anime
Yeah.
fandom.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the Corrs. I really.
Yeah, and the
And we
course.
give some props.
I own Forgiven Not Forgotten just because of that. To
Wow.
remind me that I'm still Jenny from the Blocks.
Yeah. That's good.
So
That is great. Good
do
for
not
you. Good
do
for
not
you.
be confused by the toe ring that I got.
I was a little, but
Okay.
I'm glad that I cleared that up.
I've also been watching some other anime. I watched Pentema Inverted, which was
Okay.
fun. But the one I wanted to mention is I watched Fist of the North Star. This is an anime movie from 1986.
Oh.
There was a TV show that was more accurate to the manga, and then there was the movie. And on the cover it says the most violent anime film ever made. And I was like, I bet that's like it was in 1986, but it's been surpassed. This movie is bananas. It's one of those things where the guy will do like one of those like 500 finger death punch things where he's like, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Right.
And then the guy just stands there, and then their heads explode. And like, because the animation is so old, you can tell when somebody's going to blow up because it gets decompressed, like bad 80s CGI. The quality just goes down because they had the compression on the CGI and everything. They're just erupting from like inside out everywhere from these punches. Anyway,
That's intense.
there's a song in the middle of it where the chorus goes, I'm standing in the center of pure emotion. And it's like this 80s hair ballad. Like, I'm standing in the center of pure emotion. So, anyway,
Pretty
if you
exciting.
haven't seen Fist of the North Star, 1986 anime film, do it.
Wow.
It's bananas.
My college roommate was big into anime. And one time he was very depressed. I think his girlfriend had broken up with him or something.
yeah.
And he put in Blood the Last Vampire.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty intense.
What? You've seen Blood the Last Vampire?
Well,
I've known you for
sort of.
10 years.
I didn't like it.
Oh,
I didn't get into it. I mean, it started and I was like, Nick's going to go.
Blood the Last Vampire. That's one of
I
those.
probably went and made some ramen, honestly. It
Blood
was
the Last
college.
Vampire is one of the movies I would show people who are just getting into anime.
Really?
Yeah. It was only like 40 minutes long.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
Last Vampire.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Especially when the vampires show up.
Grave of the Fireflies, too. That was another sad one that he
Oh,
watched.
my word. Yeah,
Too
don't watch
sad.
that one.
Too sad.
Watch it once and then.
Too sad.
Yeah, it's the saddest film I've ever seen.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. I finished the CBS series Interrogation, which I talked
Oh,
about
yeah,
this a
you were
few
talking
weeks
about that
back.
a while,
This
yeah.
is it's a cold case thing. It's like watch this episode first, watch this episode last, and then in between you can follow whatever order you want. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to watch through it that way because we'd listen to some and then, somebody would have some little thing off here and we'd be like, oh, that's interesting. Let's watch the episode about that character. And so it was a pretty compelling way to watch it. And even though we watched it in just a nonsensical
Manner.
way, it felt like we watched it in the right way. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was cool. I really like it. It's right now. I think it's just on CBS All Access, but I think it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay,
that was a lot of fun. I read Rise of the Batgirl, which is pretty cool. It's
Cassandra Cain.
Cassandra Cain, yes. Who we
DC Inc. DC Zoom.
They don't know.
Okay.
If they don't know, I don't know. But yes, this is all about Cassandra Cain, who is takes over as Batgirl after Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon is also in this. Sort of inspires Cassandra to be Batgirl.
Yeah.
What I like about it is that it feels totally new. It feels totally fresh. But the characters are also very recognizable. It's like the core of those characters and their backstories are all still there. Mm-hmm. It's just spun in a way that feels new.
Right.
So I really like that a lot. And I didn't like the Zatanna one at all. House of whatever that one's called. House of Secrets. Zatanna House of Secrets. Mm-hmm. So if you're not familiar with Zatanna, she's basically a magician type character, daughter of Zatara, who's a crazy magician. Mm-hmm. And she in this is a teenager, and Zatara goes missing, and so she, I don't know, stuck in a house of secrets. It's not good. It feels more like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
She casts spells by saying them backwards.
Which is a small part of this, but really, if you just changed the basic design and said it was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I would believe you. It didn't work. I didn't like it. But Rise of the Batgirl, very good. I read the 3-volume Black Widow run that came out a while back.
I'm a Black Widow, baby. The song.
And I think that's Nathan Edmondson who writes that. Does that sound right?
Sounds right.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I'm not really a fan of this run. I gave each of them 3 stars, and I think the book looks really cool, and there's really good moments, good use of guest stars, a really interesting Punisher crossover.
Hey, okay. Well, that's the thing. The Punisher series that crosses over, the one you said you were interested in watching, that I really loved, it's also by Nathan Edmondson.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that.
Well, that makes me less anxious to read it because I felt like while the look of this book was really well thought out, I don't think the story ever really, until the 3rd volume, you didn't get a lot of depth in Black Widow as a character, and it just didn't do much for me. But we do have the whole run in our collection.
I really liked the Punisher run. It was good stuff.
I really liked the one Punisher issue that was in there, so I might pick that up sometime.
Yeah.
I was also, after our Robert Parker Spencer Confidential episode a while back, wanted to finish off Sonny Randall, so I read Spare Change, which is the last Robert Parker
Sonny Randall.
But there are 2 now by Mike Lupica. Taking over the series, who wrote the 7th and 8th novel. Those are out. I really like this. The ones before that, she was having a romance with Jesse Stone, another Robert Parker series, and it was not working. And so this one was kind of back to basics.
Jesse Stone is so toxic.
I liked that.
Well, I mean, his girlfriend is toxic, but his ex-wife is toxic.
Yeah, well, Sonny kind of has a toxic thing with her ex as well. It's a little healthier than Jesse Stone's, but not by much.
Yeah, but Jesse Stone's like a mess.
Yes.
He's one of those guys that people probably think they can fix.
Probably.
Ugh.
Probably. For more on Robert B. Parker, go back to 2 episodes we have. One, The Hamburger's Bookmark, which is episode 28, and the other is Spencer Confidential, episode 237.
Yeah.
I'm currently reading some fun stuff.
Go on.
I'm currently reading Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates. If you'll recall, during our Spencer Confidential episode,
you couldn't find
I had
your
lost
book.
it.
Yeah.
Tore your house apart. Tore my car apart. It was on the dash.
Yeah. Nick wasn't planning to read Blonde at the house. We were going to watch Spencer Confidential, but he just always has a book with him.
Yes.
I don't know.
I listen, I thought if my son is not going to sleep very well, maybe I'll sit up there while he's looking at his books and I'll read a little bit so he gets comfortable.
You read your son Blonde?
No,
as
I'll
he
read
goes
it to
sleep?
myself while he's looking at his books,
Okay. Being around you is like being around a toxic wake.
I couldn't find it anyway.
Dad.
But
that's a chapter from Blonde.
Thank you. I'm about halfway through Blonde. I'm fully in the Marilyn Monroe section now. It's been like her early days, Norma Jean. We've just gotten up to her filming Niagara. And now she's full-fledged Marilyn Monroe. That's where we are.
She's gone from naturally blonde to legally blonde.
She was never naturally blonde, Eric. Read the book.
Sorry. I don't know anything about Marilyn Monroe. I've seen her in Asphalt Jungle.
You haven't seen Something Like It Hot?
No, I've also seen that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 2.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see Niagara, and I never have.
The Canadian side is the side to see.
That's true. That's actually a good point. Thank you for that.
I've been over there.
Also inspired by past episodes, I picked up Robin Archives, Volume 2. So these are the Robin backup stories.
I'm glad the podcast could inspire you to read some Robin.
It did. From the 1940s. And I'd read the first volume years ago. It was kind of like, blah. But I picked this one up, and I also feel a little blah about it. Is that the sound you make? Yeah. Finally, the book club I'm doing with my buddies, we are reading our first Deep Space Nine book, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Warped, by K.W. Jeter, and I'm liking it so far. I do have it on cassette audiobook, and so I have a cassette player that I hooked up through my...
Okay.
Hold on. I hooked up through my FM transmitter, which sends, a Bluetooth into the car system so I can hear my cassettes.
Wow.
Next time I should just drive your car.
Yeah,
which has a cassette
my
player.
Toyota Camry's got a cassette player.
I should hook you up before you drive.
I'm okay.
I think it would be my pleasure.
I had one mixtape as a teen of like late 90s, early 2000s songs. But man, I don't know. You'd listen to it and be like, this is what young Eric was listening to? Weird Al, Chumbawamba, and Enya.
Mine is really not that far off.
Okay.
I listened to mine recently, and it's
the thing about that
a
mixtape,
little bit more Frank Sinatra, a little more Rat Pack in general.
it's a pre-Red Hot Chili Peppers, Eric.
Oh.
So like you listen to that and like, boy, this guy has no idea what he's doing.
Mm-mm.
Had Closing Time, but also the Jurassic Park main theme.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's it for me.
Had Mr. Roboto on it.
Oh, that's a good one. Yep.
Yeah. Had 2 Weird Al songs.
Want to take a look at some book news?
Yeah.
Oh, I said I had some Robin-related book news. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Coming out in May from DC Comics, we have The Lost Carnival, a Dick Grayson graphic novel.
Hey.
Are you interested or not interested?
A Lost Carnival. Tepid.
Tepid. Okay. You're going to drop right out of it when I say this next line. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's see how fast he falls when I say this next
Maybe
part.
I'm in it.
Before Batman trained him to be Robin, Dick Grayson discovered the power of young love and its staggering costs at the dangerous, magical, and utterly irresistible Lost Carnival. The cover is cool. It's a very like Leo and the Great Gatsby kind of cover, and I like it. So it's the first time there's been just a straight up Dick Grayson, no superhero, just Dick Grayson kind of.
I'll take my Dick Grayson straight up.
I agree.
No, that was my impression of you at a bar ordering a new Nightwing comic.
Huh. I wonder what that would be.
A Nightwing comic?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were saying like a Nightwing mixed drink.
Oh, I don't know. It'd be cheap, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yikes. Oh, that's mean. Okay. You want to look at the New York Times bestseller list?
Yeah. Sorry, Nightwing. Number 10 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction. Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your horses.
Yeah.
Hold your horses with your butt. Here we go.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Number 10, The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich. As a bill that may hurt the rights of Native Americans goes to Congress in 1953, domestic issues arise for plant workers near the Turtle Mountain Reservation in North Dakota. Number 9, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. Theo Faber looks into the mystery of a famous painter who stops speaking after shooting her husband.
I feel like this one has been here for quite a while.
40 Weeks. Number 8, Writers and Lovers by Lily King. Cassie Peabody goes through a big life transition as she tries to maintain a creative life. Number 7, You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen.
You know what? I do want to read this because I really like The Wife Between Us, but then I didn't at all like the follow-up. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Shay Miller's bad luck may get even worse when she meets a pair of sisters who always get what they want. Yikes.
Yikes indeed.
Number 6, Blindside by James Patterson and James O'Bourne, the 12th book in the Michael Bennett series.
Starring Sandra Bullock as she tries to help someone play football. The Blind Side.
Yeah. This one is a serial killing spree might impact national security.
That's a really different role for Sandy Bullock.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did she do...
Has she played a serial killer?
No, she's the mystery solver, the policeman, the detective.
In The Heat?
No. I thought she did like a drama. You know what? I'm probably thinking Angel Eyes with Angelina Jolie.
No, you know what? I kind of think I know what you mean.
Thank you. Number 5, American Dirt by Janine Cummings. A bookseller flees Mexico for the United States with her son while pursued by the head of a drug cartel. I said drug cartel, but I don't know what I actually said. Number 4, The Numbers Game. Oh, numbers. No thank. Today, some 7th graders asked me what 9 times 3 was, and I said 18. And then they had to correct me. I was like, I had to tell them, like, unless I'm looking at my fingers, I cannot tell you my nines.
You can't do it.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't care about that.
John Grisham's A Time to Kill. Is that what you were thinking?
No, maybe.
She was in Speed 2.
No.
Murder by Numbers.
Maybe that's
I bet
it.
that's
yeah.
the one.
Number 4, The Numbers Game.
Yeah. Murder by the Numbers Game.
Daniel Steele. An affair wrecks a marriage, and a daughter seeks to get out from her family's shadow while old dreams and new love are pursued. Number 3, Where the Crawdads Sing, 79 Weeks by Delia Owens. In the quiet town of North Carolina coast in 1969, a young woman who survived alone in the marsh becomes a murder suspect.
Uh-oh.
We suspect you of murder.
That's no good.
Of the marsh.
Yes.
Number 2, Long Range by C.J. Box. This is book 20 of the Joe Pickett series.
Give me a C.
C.
Give me a J.
J.
Give me a box.
Box.
What does it spell?
C.J. Box.
Yes.
A grizzly bear attack and an attempted assassination of a local judge baffle the Wyoming game warden.
They baffle him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seems like the grizzly had intent.
Local judge?
Yeah.
What?
Do you think at one point during this they're going to have the grizzly bear in handcuffs bringing him down
Yes.
to the
Yes,
trial?
I do think that, yeah. No grizzly bears above the law. This is Joe Pickett country.
I plead not guilty.
Objection. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. We have a surprise witness.
Who
Your
is it?
mama bear.
Oh, no.
Mama, no!
The defense should not get in between the mama bear and the cub bear, though.
No.
I know.
They
just need to be careful.
Yeah, grizzly bear attacks. Forget it. It's just you're supposed to play dead, but I also feel like you're just waiting to be dead.
Yeah.
In that situation,
Yeah.
those are the two. Like,
Yeah.
you're playing dead because you might survive, but really you're just like, please end this.
Yeah.
There's
Like, look, I'm already dead.
Yep. Finish.
So-
Yeah. Black bears, I read somewhere that they are very skittish.
Okay.
And you can actually, like, if it's between a mama black bear and her cubs, you actually have a chance of, like, separating them. Because
Really?
they might just flee because they're...
To, like,
scared of-
testify in a court case? Is that what you
But
mean?
yeah, grizzly bears are terrifying. Which is funny because polar bears...
What kind of bear is Yogi, would you say? I mean, he's brown.
Yeah, brown bear.
He's a brown bear.
Aren't there smaller brown bears in...
Like Boo Boo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in...
Yogi.
Where he's in Jellystone, which is
Yeah.
Yellowstone, so I
Yeah.
guess he's a grizzly.
Okay.
He should wreck Ranger Rick
He
then.
should.
When Ranger Rick's like,
Ranger
Yogi...
Rick.
What's his name?
Smith.
Ranger Smith?
Who's Ranger Rick? That sounds right.
I'm just saying, in Yogi Bear, when the ranger is like, Yogi, you can't steal picnic baskets, Yogi should be like, head decapitation.
Ranger Rick is the mascot for the National Wildlife Federation.
Oh.
He looks to be a raccoon, which I don't... That doesn't seem like a good idea, does it?
All right. Yeah, like the raccoon is like, everybody needs to leave their garbage out.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah.
Do not
Yeah.
cover your garbage.
Leave it out.
You want it uncovered.
Leave it out.
And if you hear rattling outside, it's best to not look.
That's helpful, and you want
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
It's when you don't hear the rattling.
Yeah. Hey, also, stop putting things in things where I can get my hand
Right.
in, but then I can't get my hand out.
Or the perpetrator. The perpetrator.
Perpetrator,
putting
that's
their
what I
hand in
meant.
and out.
Ranger
All
Rick,
right.
these seem very raccoon
Shut up.
specific.
Leave your garbage out.
All right, you want to hear what number 1 is on the bestsellers list?
Oh, well, will I be disappointed? I just need to know.
I already did the Marsh book.
Okay, what is it then?
Where the Crawdads Sing. Just
How is
kidding.
it possible?
No. Number 1, House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas.
Oh.
Passion arises between Bryce Quinlan and Hunt Althalar as they seek to avenge the death of Bryce's friends.
Those names made me tired.
Yeah, listen, when you're summarizing your fantasy book, it's best not to put your characters' names, at least
Yeah.
not their first names. If
Right.
I had just said Bryce and Hunt,
Yeah.
fine.
Or just describe them. Be like a rugged hunter and a magician woman, I assume.
A witch?
Okay. That's it?
She's not a witch, she's the protagonist.
I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would just like to follow up on something that came up earlier. The 2002 film is rated R, Murder by Numbers, starring Sandra Bullock. The body of a young woman is found in a ditch in the woods of a small California coastal town of San Benito. A tenacious homicide detective, Sandy Bullock, and her new partner, Ben Chaplin, uncover a trail of shrewdly concealed evidence that links to two brilliant young men, Ryan Gosling, Michael Pitt, to a murder. Do you want to watch it? I'm kind of intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy as the tenacious...
No.
You don't like that?
No.
Okay. Well, let's talk about someone you do like.
All the Books presents On